Hello, hello. I'm a fan of Amanda Stenberg. So, when they posted the trailer for their new movie, Everything, Everything, I clicked. As the trailer started, my heart skipped a beat. I knew nothing about this story other than this trailer was introducing me to a character who was chronically ill and a young person of color, and I got so pumped. And then the trailer went on.
Dear Mom, I know staying in this house keeps me alive, but this isn't living.
A what?
Risk everything. For love.
Maddie, what are you doing? Go back inside.
Wally, I have to know if I'm really sick.
What?
From the studio that brought you Me Before You.
I went to the internet to find out what the dang book was about. And in case the trailer didn't spell it out for you, she's not really sick. It's inspiration porn, with no intentions of being authentic to our narratives, just to please and inspire the able audience. It's not even original. It's Bubble Boy, only dramatic and with a splash of diversity. These stories are told repeatedly. Stephen King's It, The Sixth Sense with MSBP specifically, and don't even get me started on how many times we see sick and disabled people not really being so or faking it. This is not representation. This is harmful erasure. What are you telling disabled people, and specifically disabled youth, when you consistently produce media that says living with a disability is not really living? When one of the only times sick and disabled youth get to see themselves on that screen and it becomes a horror film about manipulative parents holding them back. Chronically ill people have actual stories that are never told in mass media because people in production think disability pride is too confusing for non-disabled people to comprehend. You can't be content as a sick and or disabled person. What the heck does that even look like? You'll never know unless you let us show you. People do not need to be healthy in order to be happy and have fulfilling lives. Some people are sick and disabled from the day they are born to the day that they die. And you're trying to tell people that they're never going to be happy because of that? That they're not really living because of that? Where are our real stories? Where's the story that happens all too often, where a young person realizes they are sick before anyone else and is gaslit and called an attention seeker and has to fight for years to be acknowledged? And when they finally get their diagnosis, it's a sigh of relief because they finally know what's going on and can receive proper medical care. What about their struggles economically and socially getting those needs met? Where are our stories of confronting ableism and internalized ableism and conquering that? No. Instead, you'd rather terrify disabled youth by leading them to think that their illness might actually be parental abuse because they may not get to do the same things that their peers get to do. You'd rather encourage them to risk everything for love. And I actually think a conversation on risk while being chronically ill is valid. As a chronically ill person, there actually have to be measured risks all the time. Every life comes with certain levels of risk. We all take risks. But suicide missions for the sake of a crush? What? And internalized ableism is a thing as well. But it's always written by able folks who just end up reinforcing it. Reinforcing the idea that disability is a bad thing. Ultimately, it's obvious that Hollywood really doesn't give a damn about people with disabilities. They don't want to hire them, and they definitely don't want to authentically represent them. We're constantly at the bottom of the radar, politically, socially, and Hollywood is no different. And honestly, it was just so cruel to be fooled into thinking just for a second that we might actually get a positive and diverse representation of disability. A positive narrative for disabled and possibly homebound youth of color. Think of the comfort a character like that could bring to other youth in the same position. I really don't care if you see it or not. I just want people to know and to be vocal about how this is not good disability representation. I want people to understand how this negatively impacts the disabled community, and specifically disabled youth. Please share and uplift the works and the narratives of disabled people. Please listen when members of the disability community let you know what harms them. It's time to start caring about what happens to us. I'll see you eventually.